Hello and welcome to Improvement Roulette. Today we are going to talk about cleaning up our workspaces. So community spaces, our personal workspaces, how can we do that more objectively? I'm Amanda Zimmerman. I've been helping businesses make their processes better, safer, faster, and more efficient for the last decade. And now I'm here to help you learn more about these tools, action these tools, and see some real results. I want to make sure that as we get back to our new normal, we are eliminating waste and working as efficiently as we can, giving us the biggest chance for success. Now, today's session is all about our workspaces. Looking for ways that we can make it really easy for us to identify waste in our physical workspaces. Now, for me, when I first started doing this and telling people this is what belongs and this is what should leave, I had a really hard time being able to do that objectively, being able to tell people that this specific thing should stay or should go. The first thing that you need to do when you're going to clean a workstation or go in and reorganize maybe a community workspace, the first thing that you need to do is to change your mindset. So you're going to change your mindset from getting rid of the stuff that is there to what is it that I actually need to do my job. So the only things that should be in our workspaces are the things that we actually need in order to deliver value to our customers. Everything else is waste. So I want to challenge you to look a little bit differently at your workspaces. Now, there are two activities that we can do that can help us to identify that waste. Now, similar to Marie Kondo, if you've watched her, where she asks you to hold each item and tell you if it gives you joy, I'm not going to make you do that, but I am going to make you take a look at your workspace and think objectively about a few things. Now, these are maps here that you can use to start to evaluate your workspaces so that you can identify what belongs and what doesn't belong. How frequently am I using it? This can really change the way that we look at the things that are in our workspaces. So that first question is, does it belong or does it not belong? Now here I have an example with 4 different colors. So the first color then is blue. Blue means that we use this every single day. Green means that, I'm sorry, not frequency. I started doing frequency. Belonging. We're on belonging first. Okay. Blue means that it belongs to this workstation. We absolutely need this item to do that work. It belongs to the workstation. Green in this example, it belongs to that department. So that group uses that, even if that specific person at that workstation doesn't always use it. Yellow, which is a bit difficult to distinguish here, yellow are going to be the things that belong to their business. So the wider business, maybe not to that department, maybe not to that specific workstation, but it does belong to the business. And red we are going to use for things that do not belong, that things that don't belong to our workstation, our business, our department. So immediately here you can see in this little closet at a lawyer's office. So let's think we have a law office here. We have an administrative closet where we have some books, we have some tools that people use, we have a desk full of different Post-its and stuff. So we can look in this closet and you can see that on those bookshelves there, let's see, these here are some of our bookshelves. You can see right there on those bookshelves, there's stuff that doesn't belong, that the business doesn't need. Maybe they're old books that the legal ramifications of those aren't even valid anymore. Maybe they're law books from 1945, right? So you can see right here on these bookshelves that there are things that are not adding value, that don't belong to that workspace. Immediately, you can start to think about, how can I improve this? You can see up on the shelf here in the cabinets, you have a lot of stuff that does belong to that department. What if you put that stuff in the cabinets in those bookshelves where they were easier to access, where more people saw them? That would have a huge impact. Now there's this second question here of frequency. How frequently are you actually using things? So maybe those red items don't belong to the business, but maybe people use them. Maybe they're snacks or something. So let's see, blue in this case means that we use it every single day. Green means that we use it maybe every week or every month. Yellow is more of a quarterly or yearly, so not frequently, but quite often. And then red are things that we hardly ever or never have used. So you can see here, all those things in the bookshelf that don't belong, also we're not using. And we're using a lot of those things up in the closet. So let's take that stuff from the closet, or from the shelf, I mean, the shelf up here, the cupboards, and let's bring those down into the bookshelves, right? So by using this belonging and frequency diagram, we can start to really make sure that we're identifying the things that we need to keep in our workspace and the things that we don't. Now, if you're new to running some of these exercises, I will tell you what's great about doing this sheet is that people stop arguing about what belongs and what doesn't, about what should stay and what should go. So I had a hard time when I first started in my career convincing people that something should or should not stay. But by doing this, they learn for themselves what should or should not stay, because they can see we don't use that very frequently. They can see this doesn't belong to our department. So you can really quickly transform your workspaces by just getting some more objective insight. So today our example was on that belonging or frequency diagram. Tomorrow we are going to do our live session. Oh, we're going to pick up the same topic, and we're going to talk about doing this same type of analysis, but in our virtual workspaces. So instead of looking at physical workspaces, how do we apply these same diagrams to our virtual workspaces? That's what we're going to do tomorrow. And we're going to do that looking at an online shop. So we'll give an example of doing these. Oh, that's perfect. With an online shop, we'll look at virtual workspaces so that we can help people to reduce waste in our virtual workspaces as well. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope that you take this today, go out, do some of these audits, identify a place that you can apply this today so that you can improve a little bit each and every day so that you don't have to work so hard.